Well, continuing with the same story, but at last they go into the Count's copse. The washed trees, stirred by a gust of wind, drop a perfect waterfall upon them. Terente stumbles over stumps and begins to slacken his pace. Whereabouts is the Nilka? The Nilka, he asked, Lead me to him. Yokla leads him into a thicket and after going a quarter of a mile, points to the Nilka, her brother, a little fellow of 8 with hair as red as ochre, an earthy pigment varying from light yellow to brown or red. वो वैसा बन चुका था, मतलब एक ochre बन चुका था वो. And a pale sickly face stands leaning against a tree. और उसका फेस भी जो है वो काफ़ी पेल हो गया था, मतलब इतना ज़्यादा वो बीमार लग रहा था. With his head on one side, और उसका सिर एक तरफ लटका हुआ था. Looking sideways at the sky, बस sky की तरफ देख रहा था. In one hand he holds his shabby old cap. एक हाथ में उसकी वो कैप थी. The other is hidden in an old lime tree. और दूसरा हाथ जो था उसमें फंसा हुआ था. The boy is gazing at the stormy sky and apparently not thinking of his trouble. बस sky को देख रहा था ताकि अपना mind divert कर सके और अपने दुख के बारे में नहीं सोच रहा था. Hearing footsteps and seeing the cobbler, he gives a sickly smile and says, "A terrible lot of thunder, Terente." ये बहुत जो thunder है काफ़ी terrible है. I have never heard so much thunder in all my life. मैंने कभी अपनी life में ऐसा नहीं देखा. And where is your hand? In the hole. Pull it out, please, Terente. उसने बोला प्लीज़ मेरा हाथ यहाँ से निकालो. The wood had broken at the edge of the hole and jammed the Nilka's hand. Wood जो थी टूट गई थी और उसी ने उसके हाथ को वहाँ पे जाम कर दिया था. He could push it farther in but could not pull it out. वो अंदर डाल सकता था लेकिन बाहर नहीं निकाल पा रहा था. Terente snaps off the broken piece and the boy's hand, red and crushed, उसका हाथ पूरा क्रश हो चुका था और लाल हो चुका था, is released. It's terrible how it's thundering, the boy says again, rubbing his hand. What makes it thunder, Terente? One cloud runs against the other, answers the cobbler. The party comes out of the copse and walks along the edge of it towards the darkened road. The thunder gradually abates. Abates means becomes less intense, and its rumbling is heard far away beyond the village. The ducks flew by here the other day, Terente, says the Nilka, still rubbing his hand. They must be nesting in the Yanilia Zamista marshes. Yokla, would you like me to show you a nightingale's nest? Don't touch it. You might disturb them, says Terente. The nightingale is a singing bird without sin. He has had a voice given him in his throat to praise God and gladden the heart of man. It's a sin to disturb him. हम उसे अगर disturb करेंगे तो हमें पाप चढ़ेगा. Bright patch of blue appears in the sky. फिर एक blue patch उनको दिखा. Look, says Terente, an ant heap burst open by the rain. They have been flooded. They bend over the ant heap. The downpour has damaged it. The insects are suckering to and fro in the mud, agitated and busily trying to carry away their drowned companions. That won't happen to you, says Terente, grinning. As soon as the sun warms you, you will come to your senses again. It's a lesson to you. You won't settle on low ground another time. They go on, and here are some bees, cries the Nilka, pointing to the branch of a young oak tree. The drenched and chilled bees are huddled together on the branch. There are so many of them that neither bark nor leaf can be seen. Many of them are settled on one another. That swarm of bees, Terente informs them. They were flying looking for a home, and when the rain came down upon them, they settled. If a swarm is flying, you need only sprinkle water on them to make them settle. Now, if, say, you wanted to take the swarm, you would bend the branch with them into a sack and shake it, and they all fall in.